It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Athletes Unlimited professional lacrosse player Taylor Cummings. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to play professional lacrosse?
So when I was growing up, professional women's lacrosse wasn't actually a thing. And it didn't come about until I actually graduated college in 2016. So I didn't know I wanted to play professional lacrosse because it wasn't an option for me. But having watched a lot of professional women's soccer and basketball, I was hopeful that eventually there would be a professional league for lacrosse.
What was it like playing with Marilyn?
Maryland was the best experience I've ever had. The best 4 years I've had, hands down, from the teammates I was able to play with, to my coaches, to facilities, the school, the education I got in the business school. Everything really checked all the boxes for me. And it's an experience that I look back on with, such fond memories and wish I could go back.
What were some of your accomplishments that you achieved at Maryland?
We won a lot of games. We won 3 conference titles when I was there. We went to 4 national championships and won 2. So I think, those were definitely my favorite memories. Is I think over the course of my college career, we lost 4 games and we played a lot of great teams and had a lot of fun.
What was it like playing in the national championship against Carolina?
I played against them 3 times in a national championship, and playing against your rivals in the biggest game of the year is a lot of pressure, but it's also a lot of fun. So I have tremendous respect for that program. And, at the end of the year, you want to play the best team to win the title. And we had the privilege of doing that, 3 of my 4 years.
Of course, whenever you won the title, what was that feeling like whenever you got to hoist it up?
A lot of pride and happiness and joy, a little bit of relief too, that, you got to the top and did it. But I wish I could go back and sort of watch that after those moments after games and at our tailgates over again, because they went by too fast.
What was it like the first time you got to wear the Maryland jersey for the first time?
Very cool, very intimidating. A lot of work had gone into that moment to, get there and get to that point, and to kind of have a dream realized and, realize you made it to the collegiate level at one of the top programs in the country was really, really exciting. And then we got to play a game, and then that all, went away, and you just start to think about competing.
What was your game day routine and rituals like, and game day like at the college level?
We'd always get up, we'd eat breakfast together, head over to the field, and then I would get there early and do treatment. So get, my body ready to go. I'd always have the same person braid my hair, and, wear a red headband. That was sort of like my staple. And then, we went out and we started to play.
How did it feel the moment you got called for the Athletes Unlimited?
It was a really cool opportunity. I've been a part of all 3 renditions of professional women's lacrosse now, and to hear about the league and the steps it was taking to really improve our experience and the fan experience, made it something that I was really excited to do, and particularly drawn to the visibility of it and the fact that all the games were on TV. It was just such a huge leap forward for our game.
What was that first feeling like whenever you got to put on the Athletes Unlimited jersey during your first season?
It was really cool. The league's different in that you're playing for different teams every week. So I was lucky to wear all 4 colors while I was there. And Each team was a little different, but it was fun to compete alongside, the group I was with each week. So really, really exciting. And I think, we made a lot of little girls, start to dream about playing women's lacrosse in the professional side, which we didn't have that ability.
Can you talk about, of course, getting drafted to different teams each week and what that is like?
Yeah, it was different whether I was getting drafted or I was drafting people as captain. You want to make sure you're a part of a team that wants to play like a team and had great energy. And so you were nervous, especially when you weren't picking about where you were going to end up and who else was going to be on your team. But at the end of the day, there were no wrong choices because the group we were with was so awesome.
Of course, as a captain, what were some of your roles as the captain of drafting teams?
So I worked with our facilitators each week to pick our team, our first pick. And then from there, it was really a really collaborative effort in working with, my first picks, second picks as we went down, just trying to get different perspectives. Some of the people that you were picking, you had played with before, and some you'd never played with ever. And so your teammates became a huge resource and kind of figuring out who would mesh best.
What is a typical game day like, of course, knowing that you get drafted to each team each week?
So games went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you could play, our evening games Friday, and then the Saturday, Sunday games, some that were in the morning, some were in the afternoon, some evening. So it was a lot of, recovery, taking care of your body, fueling your body, and then heading to the field and competing.
Can you talk about, of course, Taylor Cummings Lacrosse and how you started that business?
Yep. I graduated school with a finance degree, and I knew I wanted to combine my business degree with what I loved, which was lacrosse. And so I saw a need for, high level lacrosse instruction that was like around the country. So I do a lot of camps and clinics, have been since I graduated in 2016. I do a lot of local lessons. And I've been to some really cool areas where the game is continuing to grow and expand. And that's just really, really exciting for me to even be a very, very minute part in that.
Of course, how is it like balancing being a professional lacrosse player and running these camps for lacrosse players?
It's just about, time management. I typically train in the morning. So anything for me personally for playing or whatnot, I do in the morning, right when I get up. And then my afternoons and evenings and most of my weekends are spent traveling to put on camps and clinics.
Of course, have you noticed that your camps help you actually during your playing career?
Yeah, I think whether I'm coaching at the high school level for McDonough where I coach or at these camps and clinics, you're forced to see things in a different light. You're forced to explain things in a different way. And that only helps build my lacrosse IQ, which I think has helped me as a player too.
How, of course, has your lacrosse IQ helped you in your coaching versus obviously in your playing?
Yeah, I think when you're coaching, you're dealing with different players who see and understand things in different ways. So you have to change your approach and how you explain things. Some of my kids are more visual, so they need more of a demonstration. Some are more, analytical and they want to watch film or they want to see things on a board. Some you can just talk things out with. So I think for me as a coach, that forces me to change my delivery, which I think helps build my lacrosse IQ.
Who are some players that you look up to in the lacrosse community?
Oh gosh. There's so many. I'm so privileged to play, with and have played for some of the best in the world. I think, one of my role models is Kathy Reese. She was my Marilyn lacrosse coach, and she, is a great mom and a great leader and a great coach. And she really shows how you can balance all three, and do what you love and have a career and still be a really great mom to your kids. And that's something that, I aspire to.
What advice would you give future college athletes looking to play lacrosse and make it into the professionals?
I'd say it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of sacrifice, but the doors are open and the possibilities are endless. So if it's something that you really care about and want to experience, go for it.
What advice would you give future and current professional lacrosse players?
I would just say to keep pushing the boundaries. With every professional league, we've gone farther and farther and gotten, better and better. And we still have a long way to go to get to the, level of men's professional lacrosse or, soccer, basketball, whatnot. So the ceiling is, the bar is continuing to raise, but so is the ceiling, and we just need to keep going.
What advice would you give professional athletes that are looking to start their own camp or even business?
Again, I'd say go for it. It takes a lot of organization and commitment, but if it's something that you care about and you want to, work for yourself, there's so many positives in that regard.
That's wonderful advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with your camps at?
My website is taylorcummingslacrosse.com, and you can find my business Instagram at Taylor Cummings Lacrosse or my personal at Taylor Cummings _.
Thank you again, Taylor Cummings, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in your professional lacrosse career with Athletes
Thanks, Brandon.
Unlimited. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brain, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Taylor, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you. You too.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.